Hello. So my MythBusters project um is every student should go to college, and it'll tell you why to not go to college if you don't want to, and don't get too distracted by my lights behind me. Um so it's a myth. Everyone must go to college because you won't be successful. You will miss out on a great experience. You will not make a lot of money, and more. You will get more opportunities. This is the side that people say why you should, and it's a must. And what says more than college than Jonah Hill and Channing Tatum on spring break. So there's that, and up there with the money. So I mean, there's definitely options. College does give you a better opportunity for to get better jobs and get money, but is it a priority or something that everyone must do? I wouldn't know. That's the myth. Reasons not to go to college. School isn't for everybody. I know that I didn't really go through this, but my younger brother, he he thought about it and went through, why or why not to go. He ended up going. He's in community college. It costs too much money, which it does, very much too much money. There's plenty of jobs that don't need degrees. I mean, just you could go look on Craigslist. There's lots of jobs that you don't need any. You just need a high school diploma. I know my dad. He's a president of a company, and since he's a president of a company, I know how much people get paid. I know how they get their jobs and stuff like that. And I work there when I'm there, and I know off the top of my head that where I work in the warehouse, none of them have any college experience, and they get paid about $20 an hour, and I mean, that's enough to live off of, and it's better than paying $40,000 a year, or yeah, for tuition. And I mean, and you'll slowly you can get up, and I'll explain one of my dad's friends that did something like this in the next slide, I believe. And experience over degrees. I mean, I read this, and it's basically common sense. If you think about it, I mean, if you have more experience, if you've been at this job for 4 years, and you know the system, whatever the parts or whatever you are working at, they're probably going to keep you than get someone that has a degree and hasn't been in the field at all, just by experience with my dad. Um, Busted many famous and rich people without, or they didn't finish college or never went. Steve Jobs, Mark Zuckerberg, Bill Gates, lots of actors, celebrities. Average graduation debt is about $30,000 in 2014. So after you graduate, you'll have all that money to pay off. Graduating doesn't mean you'll get a job. It's not automatic. I read stats that were like 67% of students or graduates get jobs. So, about 33% of um, graduates won't have jobs that like first year. And I mean, if you have $30,000 in debt, you are screwed. And like this, another thing that busts this, like my dad's friend, and multiple people that I know, didn't he never went to college. I don't believe. If he did, it was like for a semester, if that. And he just started working at the bottom at warehouse kind of job, and gradually worked up, and now he's making over $100,000 a year. So that's, I mean, that over 150 actually, probably, but it just shows that you don't need a degree to make a lot of money. And I know multiple people. I know my cousin, um, he doesn't have any college experience, and he's dumb as a rock, and he makes over $50,000 a year. Just he did works with my dad for now, and he started semi at the bottom, and this is where the experience goes into better than having a degree. He picked up how to do stuff, know the parts, just know the industry more than someone that they would just go out and pay or get right out of college. And yeah, um, here's my visual aid. It's a basic one. It's a political cartoon, and you see, the new graduate is in an employment line and saying some very nice words to the line. Then plan of action. I mean, there's multiple things that you could say or do when you're a teacher to encourage or not encourage college. I mean, it's definitely not for everybody. Like I said, I know I'm not. I don't love. I didn't love high school, so I mean, I kind of looked away from it, but I was kind of forced. But I enjoyed college a lot more. So, but and I would say that would be an important thing to keep in the classroom. Just keep keep an open minded to whatever someone wants to do. If they don't want to go to college and they want to, you know, work at McDonald's, I guess let them. But I think if you know that it's not for them and you see that they can do something else, don't force it. Never force it, even if you don't think it's gonna be good. But I know, like, one reasons why I'm in education instead of I would be a major in film is because of the jobs. Going to college for film isn't worth it. I've heard and researched it, so I decided not to do that. So it's kind of like, you have to look at all the options, and that goes in with, don't force them. I've already said that. Don't force it down their throats. I know my high school really encouraged it. They made you take the stupid practice SAT and made you do all those stupid tests that said this is what your job will be, and they were very useless, waste of times. Show other options for kids or students who plan not to go into college. So if X isn't going into college, maybe show them, like, if they're into like electronics or something, maybe they could be electrician. I don't that may include college, but I don't think so. But just stuff like that. And just I think the main thing is just don't force them, that like all this like if once when I would look this up, if you copy and paste should kids go into college or college at all, it'll bring up a list of just pro school. I mean, you'll have to put in cons or put in disadvantages. Like, you can't just search should I go to college, because all of them will say yes, and it's kind of a propaganda for people that don't know what they're going to do, and just get them ready for the real world. So, if they're slacking off, maybe say this: if you're not going to college, employers won't want you to, not turn in your work, and, maybe that'll encourage them to go or not to go and pick up their grades. And my lovely "you can do it" guy is right there, and that is the end of my presentation. Adios.